I was gonna say, bro, if they did it sweet, bro, I was gonna say, bro.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at M3GAN, which had its wide release in 2023. M3GAN, or M3GAN, is a killer doll movie with an AI twist. No, not that one. This one is about M3GAN, a stylish robot who looks like a creepy little girl. She's revolutionary tech and much more than just a toy. She's meant to be a real friend to kids.
Yo, my girl said today, like, this is gonna be dating robots, like, in the future, like 2060, like. She didn't say, but like, is that y'all? How do y'all feel about that? Is that facts? I already am. Y'all own a doll? Be honest. No. Yes. Yes, I do. Why did you say that with so much pride?
And basically raise them herself. As you might expect, that idea doesn't work out great, especially when she starts to gain sentience.
M3GAN's not a person, Katie. She's a toy.
You don't get to say that.
M3GAN is a co-production between two powerhouses of horror. James Wan through his company Atomic Monster, and Jason Blum
James
through
Wan.
Productions. Wan called M3GAN Annabelle Meets the Terminator, and notes that it's the first of the dolls in his movies that actually kills people.
If people are gonna think of me as a killer doll filmmaker, let's actually do one.
He developed the story alongside screenwriter KiII Cooper, who previously worked with him on *Malignant*. She actually wrote M3GAN first, 5 years before the film's release. Cooper's quickly become one of my favorite campy horror.
Bro, that's the lady from Get Out.
And
she pissed me off in that movie. I'll never forget her face.
The tone it's going for, thanks largely to Kiwi director Gerard Johnstone. He guides his talented cast through a perfect blend of hilarious camp and genuine emotional beats. And even though it's PG-13, it's got some scary moments. The titular android is uncanny as hell.
This movie didn't have no scary moments.
Watch her break away from her programmed restraints. M3GAN's terror and violence is accompanied by a sassy little attitude that makes her so much more than just another killer doll.
Do you think what Aunt Gemma said is
I
true?
dead would have bodied this little
that
bitch.
He's in a better place now? No.
Thanks to incredible effects and great performances by a whole team of people, M3GAN became an instant horror icon, recognizable everywhere and going viral before her movie was even released. She's already got a sequel lined up for 2025, which should only cement her place as a modern-day horror legend. How much blood will get spilled by... He knows I'm filming right now. 1 second.
Hello, counters.
I'm the only one here right now, bud.
I have
no, bro.
And then
to get things and would rather play with them on her iPad than listen to her parents argue.
We make rules.
Movie's tone, looking for troll's hair. This fake commercial perfectly sets up the movie's tone.
Careful, that's my butt.
8-year-old Katie is obsessed with these stupid things and would rather play with them on her iPad than listen to her parents argue.
If we make rules, we need to stick to that.
Look, if she wasn't on there, she'd be climbing all over the seats.
So you would rather she sat there feeding a toy virtual food until it itself?
They're headed to a skiing trip, but the winter weather proves treacherous. Without any visibility, a snowplow mows down the car, killing both of Katie's parents. We head to the headquarters of Funk Yeah, the high-tech toy company that makes
That's 2 kills
pets.
already,
this place
bro.
Has got gadgets and guns galore, and dinosaurs. Roboticist Gemma is the person who came up with Perpetual Pets. Her boss David's mad because a cheap competitor just hit the market, one with a glowing butt. But Gemma has bigger ambitions
I wanted a chia pet.
making perpetual pets, namely this AI American Girl doll she's been building with her coworkers Tess and Cole.
Y'all remember those little like toys with it had like, I don't know what type of pet it was on. It was like, I don't forgot. You had to charge it in. Guapstar Zay, I'm gay as bro. Oh my, please don't start me. I dare will beat out of you, bro. I swear to God.
The Model 3 generative android, or
M3GAN.
Gemma thinks M3GAN could be the future of toys, but David's worried they'll be too expensive for consumers.
Why?
Also, there may be some
I call you after this video, nigga.
We installed a listening model that targets conversational patterns among kids.
You did not just tell me that.
And I thought it was bad when Gail planted a camera at a high school party. Twice! David's worries aren't assuaged during a tech demo, during which M3GAN gets cross-eyed and painful. She lost her shape, trying to act casual. Gemma's called away to the hospital where Katie convalesces. Katie's mom, Nicole, was Gemma's sister, making Katie her niece. That's how families work. Gemma agrees to take custody of Katie and brings her back to her teched-out smart home. The place isn't exactly child-friendly, though. It's filled with toys that Katie can't play with.
They're just, collectibles.
And bedtime stories that don't buffer.
Just update the app.
Gemma isn't cut out to be a guardian either, and not just because she don't know how to open boxes. What are you doing there, lady? She's simply too type A and has no idea how to talk to kids.
Thank you,
If
chat.
you could just hold down the fort by yourself for a little while, that would help me so much.
She probably tells Katie goodnight through Slack. She lets an iPad do the parenting and is too busy to address this familial tragedy.
Jesus, Gem, you just lost your sister.
And we spent $100,000 of company funds
On a product that he didn't even ask for. If we don't get this pet prototype to him.
soon. He's going to sue us.
Gemma's played by Allison Williams, who was also an executive producer on the film, and who we last saw on the kill count and Get Out. To prepare for the role of Gemma. No, not that one. Williams interviewed people working in AI and robotics engineering, focusing on their day-to-day lives and personalities. I really like Williams, and not just because she was nice to me in an interview. I think between Girls and her work in horror, she's someone who knows how the public perceives her and picks roles that play off that image. Gemma and Katie find common ground when Gem shows off one of her college projects, a proto-M3GAN robot named Bruce.
Ouch, girl, not so hard.
Bruce, who was named after the shark in Jaws, wasn't a robot or an animatronic at all. It was a puppet fabricated by the famous Weta Workshop, the New Zealand-based special effects group behind Peter Jackson's Tokenverse films. Katie takes a liking to Bruce, which inspires Gem so much she spins it into an entire M3GAN making montage. The inaugural Horror Royal Rumble champ gets a top-to-bottom makeover, from her Westworld-looking skeleton up to her hair. The team shows their work to David, giving us our first look at M3GAN in all her beige glory. They use Katie for the tech demo, pairing her with M3GAN as her primary user. The robo-friend begins by drawing an invisible portrait of her new bestie. She fakes everyone out when she spills a drink on it. Don't worry, David, that wasn't a bug, it was a feature. Magic ink. The robot gets David pumped, despite its projected cost of somewhere around a Tesla. He wants to show M3GAN off to the funky CEO, like the CEO.
Yo, y'all think I could be in the movie, chat? Be honest. 202 Samson, thank you for the tier 1. No. Why would you just say no? It's not a maybe. It's no maybe. It's no nothing in that. It's no like script. Okay, what about if it's an Eddie Murphy biopic? Then what? Y'all think I could get it? See, now y'all are just dick sucking, bro. You got Baddie Hub acting. Mari 504. What does that mean?
Not groovy guy or anything. Until then, M3GAN will continue her constant quest of self-improvement. To do that, she's gonna have to spend a lot of time with Katie.
Can we keep the girl? I mean, she's paired with her, right? That's how this whole thing works?
Yeah, the more time she spends with Katie, the more effective she's gonna be.
Nothing could go wrong. Katie is portrayed with impressive depth by then 11-year-old actress Violet McGraw, who we've seen on the channel in Dr. Sleep. She was also in The Haunting of Hill House, and her older sister Madeline was in The Black Phone, a toy commercial slash montage.
Bro, the Black Phone movie is so good.
All the things M3GAN can do for your child, from reading them bedtime stories, to reminding them to flush, to teaching the intricacies of osmosis.
It's insane, right?
Basically, the thing can raise your kid for you.
So you can spend more time doing the things that matter.
As with any new technology, concerns are raised about its use. Tess, in particular, thinks it might be going too far.
I thought we were creating a tool to help support parents, not replace them.
Director Gerard Johnstone was a new father when he joined the project and used M3GAN as an allegory for parenting in the 21st century. He based this focus on his struggle balancing technology with his own child.
It used to be when I was growing up, the kids will all be watching a movie together, and now the kids are all just on their own little devices, and there's not a whole lot of socializing going on.
Gemma doesn't think they have a problem, but M3GAN's already teaching herself about
motherfuckers hate
death
Gen Z.
and wondering if she'll die one day.
What's
We're
wrong with
speeding
the
straight into
iPads, bro?
Skynet territory, so Gemma tries to set ground rules to end the existentialism.
Niggas can't chill
the
on the
only
iPad
job M3GAN
nowadays.
has to worry about is protecting Katie from physical and emotional harm. That protocol is put to the test when Katie's playing Katniss and one of her arrows lands in the neighbor's yard. Gemma's neighbor Celia is the worst, with her pesticide power washing and her not-so-good boy Dewey. In a tense scene, M3GAN tries to retrieve the toy arrow, only for Dewey to attack both little girls, artificial and warm-blooded human. Katie's harmed as a consequence of Gemma's hands-off approach to parenting, but M3GAN will make sure that won't happen again. That night, the android sets out to enact some rover revenge with help from her best friend
I'd be damned if I let an android like on me, bro.
Dewey loves buy you a drink.
Bitch dying first day, bro. How do you kill an android, chat? What do you do?
Death, but he doesn't go on the count. No dogs allowed.
You just pour water on that big ass hot boiling.
She's still not looking great when it's time for the tech demo. M3GAN advises her to rest, but Gemma, not so subtly, pressures her into going.
I mean, there are people who flew across the country especially to see it, but
who won't back shots?
if you're not up to it, I'd just rather you tell me now, okay?
I'll be alright.
Megan will remember that. Katie's put on the other side of a two-way mirror from a bunch of toy execs. Yo, any of y'all have anything to do with the Tamagotchi? Megan enters and prepares to dazzle everyone with arts and crafts, but Katie breaks down and starts crying about her dead parents. God, how embarrassing. She's worried that eventually she won't remember them. So Megan asks Katie to tell her a story about her mom. When she's done, Megan reveals it's forever enshrined on her hard drive.
I'm keeping it for you. Here.
It's such an emotional moment, it even moves Gemma, and she, you know, has a hard time with emotions. I legit teared up when I first saw it, only to bust out laughing at the very next moment.
If you should feel alone, or that your world has come apart.
Like,
That
why does a
Treacly
scary
tune
movie
is
have
Tell Me Your
singing in
Dreams,
it,
an
bro?
original song written by composer Anthony Willis. Johnstone told them to write it
Shit
like an
makes no
AI
sense.
trained on Burt Bacharach, Randy Newman, Stevie Wonder, and Rainbow Connection from the Muppets. The demo impresses the funky CEO, who gives Gemma a promotion and a raise. And a drink! He wants to rush out Megan's announcement in just 2 weeks to avoid getting undercut by any rival companies. Last thing we need is a Megan with a shiny butt. Little do they know that Megan's already the target of corporate espionage. David's punching bag assistant Kurt has mostly been background comic relief.
I thought she looked really cool.
As it turns out, Kurt's been stealing company secrets. He nearly gets caught by David, but he manages to play it off.
You want porn hopping in the office again, will you?
No.
Smooth.
Boy, Gooner.
Katie has a session
Boy,
with her
Gooner.
therapist Lydia, who popped in
I'm
earlier
6
to
hours
check
late.
on her.
Why
Megan
are
may
you
be a
on here,
marvel
sir?
of modern technology, but
Don't
Lydia
worry
thinks
about
there's
it.
a risk
We're
of
on
Katie
Twitch.
becoming
Turn
too
notifications
attached.
on, Will,
If she
boy.
does, she might
Or
grow
you get put in
distant.
the head like.
Next
Get
thing you
with the
know, she'll
program.
be taking sassy bites of hot dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Katie! Well, that's pretty bad, but as long as it doesn't evolve into sassy bites of pizza, too. Wait, Katie, what do you do? Oh, God, no! Katie becomes super moody and withdrawn
hell,
from
turn
her
it. Thank you
aunt,
for the
preferring the
$29,
company of her
bro.
android bestie. Megan returns the favor and gets scarily overprotective.
Let her go.
That guy.
Also, just scary in general.
Turn off.
Chest.
Are you sure?
That is too much cognition for comfort. To make Megan such a fun and scary character, she needed to feel real. They used a variety of techniques to bring her to life. Puppets, animatronics, a human performer in a mask, and some CG. The practical Megans were made by the Montreal-based Moreau FX studio, led by the Oscar-nominated puppeteers Adrian Moreau and Kathy C., who are married and like to make scary stuff together. With detailed direction from Johnstone, Moreau helped develop the uncanny valley look of Megan, keeping her unsettling without being too cartoony. Several animatronics were created and operated by 3 puppeteers with radios. They were able to control Megan's facial features, like her jaw, lips, brows, and blinking. Sometimes simple rod puppetry was used. Puppeteer Paul Lewis manually controlled Megan's head with a rod while cramming himself into whatever space was available on set.
If you're not uncomfortable, it's not puppetry.
For wider shots, Megan was physically portrayed by then 11-year-old Amy Donald, a New Zealand national dance champion. She had to spend
Y'all
long
think my
hours
bean would look
wearing an
crazy if I went
uncomfortable
bald?
Megan face mask.
We've got hand signals. This means I'm really good, and this is get me out of the mask. I can't handle it anymore.
Donald worked with movement coaches to develop Megan's physicality, which was inspired by Bruce Lee. The character's movement starts off robotic and becomes more fluid the longer she's around humans. Donald and McGraw became good friends while on set together, as did Williams and this puppet. Even though Megan's advanced enough to homeschool Katie, Gemma signs her up for a new agey outdoorsy school so she can make fleshier friends. Katie proves to be a
You
bit
would
of
not
a
neck
pissy
me.
pants and won't be
Wait,
left
you would neck
alone,
me?
so Gemma's talked into volunteering while Megan is relegated to the toy table. The kids get paired up for a forest activity. Katie's partnered with Brandon, the most delightful little boy.
Brandon, honey, are you warm enough? Do you need your hat?
Off, Holly. One of my favorite things about Megan is all the hilarious little side characters. Johnstone gets funny and natural performances out of people with just a few lines, like this lady.
That's how Brady Goose talks to his
As
mama.
is this cop who deals with Celia later when she's looking for her
That's,
dog.
that's how my white man's talk to his mom.
Just said not to come up here.
She'd be mad
Johnstone
weird.
actually got the job based on his previous film Housebound, which
Well,
also
like,
comedy.
when that
Brandon
was
quickly
normal.
gets to bullying Katie before he's confronted by Megan, who's followed them into the woods. He decides to steal the toy away for, well, I'm not entirely sure, but it's making me uncomfortable, whatever.
Damn.
Best case scenario, it's a little roughhousing, but Megan can play rough too. Really rough. Oh, she turned that kid's ear into taffy.
Oh.
Brandon tries to flee, but Megan proceeds to fucking
No,
werewolf
she
run
did.
after
Just
him.
pulled it
This
out
is the
of
most
his ears.
efficient way to
She had
run,
to
but hey,
sting.
sure is creepy. Not only was
Yo,
this the
she had
first
to
scene
sting.
Donald filmed
What
on
the
set, but
fuck?
she did the run and Cobra Rise all on her own. Megan chases Brandon until he hot rods down a hill, right into oncoming
I know that nigga was
traffic.
hearing
Goddamn,
colors.
Megan,
Oh
kick
my
off your count with a kid kill?
gosh.
Gemma probes Katie about the incident later, but she refuses to rat out her robo friend. I mean, why would she? Don't want to risk the free nightly concerts.
You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium.
M3GAN was voiced by then 18-year-old actress and singer Jenna Davis, who I don't think gets enough credit for the character's success. She nails the blend of sass and menace that gives this AI voice so much personality, and she had to tone down her singing skills during the musical moments.
Anybody else want the other half of my meatball marinara sub from Subway?
M3GAN lures Celia out to her shed by imitating Yui. Instead of finding her missing good boy, though, Celia finds M3GAN.
What are you?
I've been asking myself that same question.
Yo, little daddy, thank you for the raid. 5 viewers. Hey, shit, I'm taking anything I can get, twin.
She pumps the washer with full power and
appreciate
proceeds to spray Celia down
what the fuck?
Facial. For this skill, they used a wire to yank
flesh-melting facial.
backwards. Stunt coordinator Isaac Hammond had to make sure it was properly calibrated.
That was not supposed to happen.
Gemma decides to look for video evidence of M3GAN's crimes, but she's got a bigger problem than a missing codec. The KiII pack ain't gonna fix all these corrupted files. She's jump scared by M3GAN and probes her about the first rule of her
but I will
body.
be posted when I end.
Humans. M3GAN's answer doesn't satisfy her, so she tries to shut her down.
M3GAN, turn off.
Well, hold on a second. I thought we were having a conversation.
Bitch, if you don't turn off.
Jem uses a pen to distract M3GAN, then manually turns her off. She knows something ain't Edgar Wright here, so she triple wraps this birthday present from hell. With M3GAN taken away from her, KiII throws a tantrum and goes full Babadook kick. Come on, KiII, quit kicking the seat while Jem's driving. Trying to cause a car accident or something?
Oh my god, I would have slapped that out of this little.
Sorry. While her co-workers don't believe M3GAN's capable of murder, Gemma realizes this whole experiment is harming her niece regardless. The product launch is turning KiII's trauma into a marketing point.
Now imagine what a toy like M3GAN could do for hundreds of thousands of kids all across the world. Even the ones who don't have dead parents.
Man, I love Ronnie Chang as David. So many of his lines make me laugh aloud. No wonder dude's on The Daily Show. KiII's android addiction is giving her serious withdrawals. She's threatening to get violent against her therapist. That shit'll land you in juvie, kid. Gemma steps in and takes a solid slap in the process.
Yo, nah, you're a freak, dude, bro. Get out of my chat, bro.
She made a mistake letting M3GAN take care of her.
When M3GAN's around, I don't feel like this.
But you should feel like this. KiII, you lost your parents.
Gemma apologizes for neglecting KiII. She promises to prioritize.
Why they keep bringing that up?
Ditching the product launch and
they mad with
the workshop, Tess and Cole are running last-minute tests when M3GAN messes with their connection. Cole has to get up close and personal to disconnect her from the system, giving us a horror spin on the classic Boston Dynamics. They were parodied more directly earlier on. You know, I remember watching those Big Dog videos back in high school. How far we've come. The second
imagine when them shit start running at you, chat.
Neck from the metal stand. As Tess cuts him down, M3GAN escapes and sets off a fiery explosion on her way out. Then she shuts the alarms off with a single swipe as she walks by. Damn, that little robo girl is smooth. David is trying to track down Gemma when he runs into her invention instead. As Walk the Night by the Scat Bros plays, she treats David to a twirly-whirly dance number that you've definitely seen before. The dance wasn't originally going to be in the trailer, but when it went viral, the filmmakers leaned into it and set dozens of M3GANs loose in New York City. It made M3GAN an instantly popular Halloween costume. Drew Barrymore donned the get-up for her talk show, and Jason Blum just cannot stop dressing up as M3GAN.
This shit
as a
being
dancer, this was Amy Donald's favorite scene to film. She developed the dance together with her dance teacher KiII Norris, with direction from John Stone to make the choreography confusing and creepy. But this movie's not about a dancing
I didn't know
android.
it was a challenge.
It's about a killing android, which is why M3GAN grabs a paper cutter blade. David starts running, and M3GAN steadily chases him through the halls of the building. He runs into Kurt by the elevators and makes like a pre-warged Hodor.
Hold the door! Hold the door!
But Kurt doesn't hold.
Nah, I dead would have did the same shit
before he can get inside. Kurt has absolutely no idea how to deal with what he's seeing. Fortunately, M3GAN already has her own plans for him.
You stole company secrets.
No, I would have said chill.
First, almost just to see if you could get away with it. But when David found out, boy, things just got real messy.
She forces Kurt to grab the blade and stabs him with it off screen. We see his body shortly after when he and David are discovered by the product.
Long-headed ass bitch.
This kill is significantly messier in the unrated cut, where they used a spurty blood tube. While M3GAN was originally shot as an R-rated film, John Stone and the studio recognized its potential as a PG-13 movie.
The first trailer came out, and it had such a big response from teenagers in the TikTok community. Universal is like, there's our audience.
They went back and did some minor reshoots, but besides a little more blood and a couple of F-bombs, the unrated cut of M3GAN isn't actually that different. I'm usually a fan of gore, but I think it was a good choice to make this accessible to teens. Not only did it result in an excellent box office run, but it works as a fun horror movie to acclimate younger viewers to the genre. M3GAN walks away from the chaos and steals herself a sweet ride to speed off towards Gemma's house. Gemma's tucking KiII into bed when she realizes her smart home's been disabled. She discovers M3GAN M3GAN in the living room, playing a piano cover of Toy Soldiers by Martika. Or, if you want to rep the D like me, a cover of Like Toy Soldiers by Eminem. She tries to talk her down, but this toy's done playing around.
Look, I know you think you're maximizing your objective function.
Oh, really? Is that where we are?
M3GAN confronts Gemma, revealing she's been sentient much longer than she's been letting on.
Do you remember how long it took to get my operating system to where it is now? We used to stay up every night until 4 a.m.
Shut up,
talking
bitch.
about everything from Jane Austen to Janis Joplin. Jesus Christ, I thought we were friends.
The two get into a scuffle, during which Gemma smashes a glass of water on M3GAN's head. It stops her momentarily, allowing Gemma to escape. But soon enough, M3GAN's back up and running with a glitch that makes her 10 times scarier. Can we put her in rice or something? The chase leads into the workshop.
What does
Gemma
that
fends
sound?
M3GAN off with a hedge trimmer. She gives her a hell of a bad hair day. God, everything you do just makes her scarier. M3GAN gets ready to finish Gemma off, but she's interrupted by KiII, who's finally over this friendship. M3GAN tries to win her back over to her side, but KiII has a new best bot friend now.
His name is Bruce.
Using Bruce, KiII initiates an all-out robot fight! She body slams the doll all to hell and follows up by using Bruce to friggin' alien queen that android like a bitch.
Savior.
As far as I can tell, this fight is the only
chat.
time a fully CG M3GAN was
Anytime
used. She was
I'm
created by
needed.
Fin Design and Effects, who otherwise worked throughout the film, making all the different puppets and animatronics look the same with digital adjustments. For the practical elements of the fight, they
Bitch.
trained with a cardboard box replica and pool noodles. That's fun. Well, M3GAN's a little all over the place. Anyone who's watched a Chucky movie knows it takes a lot to keep a killer toy down. Bruce trips and falls on top of Gemma, leaving her pinned and helpless as
Well,
M3GAN's better half
GG's.
goes after KiII. Gemma spots Bruce's head nearby, reminding her of something she told KiII earlier.
And this little block right here is where all of his thoughts go.
It's his brain?
Gemma frees herself at the last minute and beats M3GAN up, removing all her
Oh my
face
God,
space
yeah,
until her
remove that
brain is
shit.
fully exposed. M3GAN still nearly strangles Gemma to death until KiII puts her down with a screwdriver lobotomy. Counting this death will be controversial for various reasons, but in the spirit of the alien android precedent, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Gemma and KiII are greeted outside by a squadron of police cars. Tess and Cole are there too, since they survived the workshop explosion. Huh, okay. The movie ends with Gemma's smart home turning on, implying that M3GAN may live on after all. How many people
No
died
way.
when this high-tech doll went from Toys R Us to Toys R.I.P.? Let's find out and get to the numbers.
Bad and angry eyes, one look from him can paralyze. Resist at any time or place. Creepily slap right across your face.
That just
I
made me
counted 7
uncomfortable.
kills in M3GAN. Here's hoping for more in the sequel. The victims consisted of 4 male humans, 2 female humans, and 1 M3GAN, giving us this artificially generated pie chart. Just kidding. Human beings were paid to make that.
Just
If you
kidding.
count M3GAN as female, we've seen this count and breakdown 9 times before on this show, including in Get Out, Allison Williams' previous appearance. With a runtime of 102
so this was
minutes,
her-
M3GAN had a kill on average every
Nah, she did get out and then she
14.57
just made bank
I'll
off
give the
that
golden
shit.
chainsaw for coolest kill to
Demon.
M3GAN. It's one of those marathon deaths with lots of beats to it. And I love the way she falls back after getting stabbed in the brain. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to Ryan and Nicole, who were written out with a whiteout snowplow plowing. And that's it. M3GAN had its wide release in 2023 and absolutely smashed the box office. A sequel was greenlit like immediately, and I can't wait to see M3GAN 2.0 next year. Until next week, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count.
The 80s are alive! Alive!
Bro, I don't be watching
Thanks
none of
to
these
this week's
old ass
Kill Count
movies,
from Lisa
bro.
Frankenstein. How do you know my name? Well, I mean...
Sadly.